Today's lesson is on page 276. It is 6.5, the coordinate plane. Our purpose today is going to be to graph and locate points on the coordinate plane so we can apply this skill to real-world situations. If you take a look at the coordinate plane that I have on this slide, it shows just quadrant 1, and that is what you probably have the most experience with, is graphing in coordinate 1. Today, though, we are going to be talking about all 4 quadrants. A coordinate plane is formed by the intersection of a horizontal number line and a vertical number line. The number lines intersect at the origin. I'm going to highlight the origin here in green, and the coordinates of the origin is always 0, 0. The origin and the x and y axis separate the coordinate plane into 4 regions called quadrants. Quadrant 1 is in the upper right corner, and then we go counterclockwise in a circle for quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and then finally quadrant 4 is in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, when we take a look at these quadrants, as we said before, they intersect in the middle at the origin. Now, the x-axis is always the first number that we're going to look at in the coordinate pair. The x-axis goes horizontal across the center, and then we have the y-axis, which is always vertical. Now, when we're looking at a coordinate pair, the x-coordinate is always first, and there's a couple ways to help you remember this. The first is x comes before y in the alphabet, so the x-coordinate is always first. The second one, if you compare it to an elevator analogy, you have to walk onto the elevator, meaning left or right, before you can go up and down. So either one of those 2 examples can help you remember that the first number is always the x-coordinate. Now, another thing that I want to point out is when you are graphing on the coordinate plane, quadrant 1 is always a positive number and a positive number. Quadrant 2, the first number is always negative, the second number is always positive. In quadrant 3, they are both negatives. And then finally in quadrant 4, the first number is always positive, the second number is always negative. So an ordered pair is used to locate a point on the coordinate plane. So let's take a look at the ordered pair 4, -2. Now, as we said before, the first number is always the x. So I'm going to go across to 4. And then the second number in our coordinate pair is -2. So that means I have to go down for -2. That places 4, -2, right here on the coordinate plane.